A viewer left a great comment the other day. They mentioned another video they had seen and what a powerful presentation a dragging retrieve is for a drop shot. Well, today you will see why. We'll look underwater and watch a simple dragging method. I feel it's the best way to work a drop shot. That viewer comment really struck me because that is how I fish it most of the time. It's incredible how the lures just come to life. Now, while drop shots are super effective fishing vertical for suspended fish, they are also extremely effective on a long cast and working back to you. The key to the dragging retrieve is to maintain bottom contact most of the time. In other words, that line wants to be fairly tight so the weight moving along imparts the action on the lure as it works through and over bottom composition. Let's look at 3 different lures today. We're going to start with my favorite bait fish imitator, the Baby Z2. This is just a simple drag, sweeping the rod ever so slowly. Look at the incredible lifelike movement it gives the lure as that weight slides along the bottom. And if the weight happens to catch on something and then pops free, it will also cause the lure to pop. And this works with all sorts of bottom cover. It doesn't have to be just rocks. Now, the other important factor to keep in mind when fishing a drop shot is even if we try to hold the lure as still as possible, the natural movements of the water, the wave action, and even our arm when trying to be motionless still creates plenty of movement on the lure. In other words, it is so easy to impart too much action on a drop shot. Remember, I'm only dragging this lure slowly, that's it. Next is a popular drop shot lure that we are starting to see a lot more. This is a sexy bug, but if you've followed the Japanese domestic market for a while, you've probably seen the Raid 2-weight. Now, this is a much different look than a minnow style bait, but it also has lots of movement with those tentacles. It too appears to be something alive in the water column. When we think of bass getting up close to take a look, the drop shot excels at getting those fish to commit. Now, the last lure we are going to look at is a worm. Like the others, that very slow and simple dragging with the rod adds all kinds of life to the lure. I love to use a drop shot worm when fishing it through vegetation, and just like the weight popping up and over rocks, that weight bouncing through and snagging the vegetation does the same thing. As I mentioned earlier, the real key to this powerful drop shot retrieve is maintaining a tighter line between you and the weight. This type of retrieve is where I also like to use a longer leader to keep that lure up off the bottom a bit more when brought back at an angle. The leader for this video is about 3 feet in length. And hey, if you love bass behavior, go ahead and check out my bass behavior bundle. I've got 40 videos in there covering all kinds of topics. The link is down below. And if you want to see a video that covers 5 alternative lures for a shaky head presentation, go ahead and check this one out right here. And make sure that you go out and encourage someone today. You never know how you might just change their life. For the Bass Fishing Life, I'm your host, Steve Rogers.